So what's up to everybody? All right, we're about to get into this. I'm gonna give it another minute. We got to talk about this. What's everybody's up to? What's going on, Daniel? Appreciate you. Appreciate everybody that's watching. All the notifications going out. What's going on, Dragon? What's up, Sean? All right, we're about to talk about this in the next few seconds. Again, while we wait for these notifications to go out and stuff. So, what's going on, Ace? Appreciate you. Appreciate everybody. All right, so let's get started in a few seconds. We're gonna start in 3, 2, 1, now. All right, so look, let's talk about this because this is something that's coming up. This is something that I wanted to get out there and clarify, right? I was notified that there's a few little confusions out there with this, but check this out, all right? August 5th, a few weeks away from now, all right? August 5th, not the 8th, August 5th, we are going to do the big trending event for David Ayer and release the Ayer cut. We're going to use that one hashtag, release the Ayer cut, along with restore the Snyderverse. All right, you guys saw that I posted that video yesterday with that whole Marvel thing that the Russo brothers are back. All right, look, that's even more of a big sign that WB is going to have to make the Snyderverse get restored, and they're going to have to release the Ayer cut. It's our turn now. We have to come together and we have to trend on this event for this big day. August 5th is the big day that we are going to trend, right? I specified it the other day. I'm going to be starting on the 3rd, which is that Friday, Saturday, Sunday, leading up to the 5th. The big day is on the 5th, all right? Not the 8th, not the 1st, on the 5th. But I'm going to be starting from that Friday just to get the algorithm going and more people to be aware of it and stuff like that. So, whatever platform that you're using on social media, use those two hashtags, release the Ayer cut and restore the Snyderverse. On this one, we're focusing strictly on David Ayer with release the Ayer cut because we need the Ayer cut to be released. And not only that, eventually we need the Snyderverse to be restored. And I'm fully convinced, and I'm here to motivate you. I'm here to light that fire and help y'all so we can get the ball rolling again. Like I said, I wanted to get this event out there, and I've seen other people, saying it's a different date. It's not. August 5th. Don't go with another date. Like I said, August 5th is the big, big event that we're going to be doing all over social media. We can't stop. All right. And this is what all the salty trolls want for us to give up. And we're not going to give up. We're going to keep on defending, keep on fighting for the Ayer cut because in due time, it's coming. And I can see it more than ever that we're getting close. Why am I so positive? Why am I so confident? Plain and simple. When we got the Snyder cut trending event going on, when we were like released the Snyder cut, that's the only one that we were using. And what happened? All our hard work 5 years later, and we now have that unicorn, that rare that it would never happen. Remember, all the channels and everybody were talking about it, and they were saying, oh, it's not going to happen. And we do have it. That should be enough motivation for you to keep on going and not to give up. The same way that Ann Sarnoff, the head of WB at the time, when we were fighting for the Snyder cut, she even came out and said, oh, we're not going to do anything else with Zack Snyder. We want to thank him for his cut and his trilogy. Jokes on them because we got the Snyder cut and it's there. After everybody was saying it would never happen, the same thing we have to do with David Ayer. We have to show him the support. We have to keep on fighting for this Ayer cut. It's going to happen, especially like I said, now that the Russo brothers are back. WB knows that they can't trust and they can't believe in James Gunn. I'm sure that WB is right now regretting badly that they chose James Gunn and his DCU because nobody is excited for it. And what? A handful that are excited for it? That's it. Majority don't want that. Majority want the Snyderverse, and it's going to happen. It's going to get restored. I'm telling you guys, Mark my words, I'm telling y'all, it's gonna make a comeback. I am more convinced than ever that it's going to happen, especially with all the flops that WB has been having with their DC products. Nobody is interested. All James Gunn is just there is to kind of like start something new, and nobody are interested in that. And it sucks because they ended something that was good, that was quality, and they sacrificed that for what they're trying to do. And notice how everything that's been coming out has been nothing but memes. That tells you everything. We didn't get that with the Snyder Cut. We didn't get that with the Snyderverse. Sure, there's a few people that weren't here and there happy, but what we did? We achieved our goal, and the grand prize was us getting the Snyder Cut. Amazing, amazing. It was so awesome that when it came out the first day on HBO Max, what happened? The servers got flooded and they crashed because that's how much traffic there was, and everybody wanted to see it. Even the ones that were salty, that they were like, let me just check this out, and they saw it. So you have people from all over watching it. Now, the same thing is going to happen with this, with David Ayer's Suicide Squad. David Ayer might be the one giving up and he might be a little discouraged, and that's fine. But as a fan, I personally will stop at nothing. Because, like I said, even if it's one person or if it's 100,000, I will keep on fighting and I will keep on voicing positive so we can keep on defending David Ayer and we get the Ayer cut. The same way that we got the Snyder cut when everybody was against it. And now they don't say anything. Why? Because we won. We came together. Us united made that happen. That's how amazing this community is. And when it comes to it, this trending event, August 5th is when we go live and show everybody that we want the Ayer cut. Use it everywhere as many times that you want. Per minute, per hour, every 30 minutes, I'm going to be posting that. I'm going to be spamming it everywhere. You know why? And I'm also tagging WB at it. If you see and you follow me on Twitter, also known as X, same crap, you can see that I tagged a few people. And a few people, what I'm saying is the following, right? There's still some of us that are out there fighting for the Snyderverse, the Ayer cut. And I'm going to go ahead and mention some from the top of my head. Of course, we have Aaron Fisher, keep doing your thing. We have Sammy or Jamie on Snyder Queen, that she's out there always constantly on X posting and showing the support for both David Ayer and Zack Snyder. The same thing we have with Strong Arm Flicks. We have more that are talking about it, and we need that. We need all the support that we can, because the same way we did for the Snyder cut is how we need to do the same for the Ayer cut. And that is what we need to continue to do. We're not giving up. Again, the motto is, like I said, I've been saying this over and over again, and you all know it. We will stop at nothing. What's the definition of we will stop at nothing? Plain and simple. That means that no matter what you try to say, try to do, we are not giving up. We are continue to keep on fighting and defending the vision and the movie version that we wanted from Suicide Squad when it came to David Ayer. WB had promised us that we were going to get a good product, and they gave us the Studio Squad. That's not the cut we wanted. They gave us the theatrical cut, still not the one we wanted. Then they gave us the R-rated cut. Okay, a little improvement, but still not the one we want. Because what we want is the same way we have now Zack Snyder's Justice League, is what we want with David Ayer on the cover with his name, David Ayer's Suicide Squad. And we will stop at nothing. That's why we will continue to fight and defend and go with this. Because like I said it a while ago, we're at an invisible war. How? With the studio, in the sense that they know the fans want it. They don't want to give it and release it yet. And the same thing happened with the Snyder Cut. And what happened? We finally have it. That's why we need to continue to support and show all the support that we can to David Ayer, because we need it. And in due time, we will see this fully restored, in the sense where cinema is going to be like it used to be before. This whole thing with the Russo brothers, it's no coincidence. Now, keep this in mind. This is another fun fact I forgot to talk about yesterday on my video. Let's not forget that the Russo brothers had an interview with Zack Snyder recently. All right, within what, the past year and a half or something. You could look it up on YouTube. And what did the Russo brothers tell Zack when they were eating that pizza? He's like, "Oh, how would you have approached and done what you did?" But notice that Zack is always ahead of the game. He didn't give him any ideas. And when they asked him something, what did Zack say? Don't compromise. Never. Don't compromise. And the same way that Zack said, don't compromise, as a fan, we cannot compromise. When people are coming out and saying, well, I'll take Zack Snyder's Justice League 2 and 3 animated, or it should just be a comic or a graphic novel. Remember what Zack said, no compromise. Don't do it. And we are not going to compromise. It's live action or nothing. That's it. And the same thing with this. The Ayer cut, we're going to get it eventually. What we need to do is continue to demand it, ask for it, of course, politely, respectfully, and stuff like that. Have to keep on using the hashtag. I've been seeing a lot of people on Facebook. I've been seeing more people on Twitter. Like, it's amazing because they're using the hashtags. Those two, I'm starting to see more people using just these two hashtags, and that's what we need. So whoever is in here, whether you're a big account, small account, it doesn't matter. You got one follower, you got 100,000 followers. Start using now the hashtag of release the Ayer cut and restore the Snyderverse. That's it. Those are the two only hashtags that we need for this goal, because that is how we're going to get our prize of the Suicide Squad. Not James Gunn. I mean, in general, just Suicide Squad from David Ayer, the Ayer cut. I'm telling y'all, it's gonna happen. There's a lot of people that are coming out just like they did for the Snyder cut, and they were talking so much smack, and they're saying, "Oh, well, it's not gonna happen. Give up." Blah blah blah. The same thing is repeating, except now they know that it's going to happen, because that's what happens when people or anyone is nervous, when they know that they see, oh, hold on, this is about to shift. Exactly. It's about to shift for the good, because in the end, the ones that win are us, the fans, the consumer. Because without the fans and no consumers, there is nothing. You can have an awesome product, but if you don't have the fans, the supporters to back it up, there's nothing. And that's what's happening right now with DC and WB. They think that by them bringing in James Gunn, because he was over at Marvel and he made Guardians of the Galaxy, oh, everybody's going to love it. Everybody's going to eat it up. They're eating it up, all right, but just eating it up and spitting out memes. That tells you a lot. When you have people coming out and just constantly posting and putting memes on a product, that tells you everything. That means that your consumer and your fans do not take you serious. And when we have with Zack Snyder, with Rebel Moon, and Netflix, what is that? They're winning. We, the fans, are winning because we're not hurting nobody. All we're doing is just coming together for another good cause, for we can get David Ayer's Suicide Squad, his version of the Ayer cut that we were promised. And the same way that we got Zack Justice with the Snyder cut, damn it, it's the same way that we're going to do with David Ayer, because we're going to keep on showing him support. We're going to give him that love and everything that he needs, because we're the fans and we are going to get what we want. And eventually, the studio is going to have to give us what we want, because if they don't give us what we want, plain and simple, look at what's going on. Their stocks keep dropping. You have Bank of America coming out and saying it's not working. How much more clear can you be? Bank of America telling a company, you better start thinking of another way to make money because you guys got to pay us back. And I'm sure the investors are also triggered and bothered. And they're like, we need to see our ROI, our return on investment. We've invested this much money. You told us we are going to get this much. This time has passed. We need money because in the end, it's always about it. So, what is going to happen? Two options. Two options. Plain and simple. WB, you're going to be forced to sell because you're not giving the consumers what they want and what you're putting out is not working. Or two, you're just going to have to call Zach back and you're going to have to restore the Snyderverse. Marvel brought back the Russo brothers because the Russo brothers did an amazing job with the Infinity Saga. All right, let's be real. When we got what it was, Endgame, and when we got Infinity War, both were good. One was better than the other, but it led to an epic conclusion where it was like, whoa, okay, this is a done deal. This is how you wrap it up. And they did it. And that's the same thing we need now with DC. Because with DC and the DCEU, it was going good and everything stayed on hold. Everything just ended on a cliffhanger because it's not complete with Zack Snyder's Justice League. Because let's not forget, we were promised Zack Snyder's Justice League 2 and 3. And that's what we're also fighting for. Now, the air cut falls into the world, the time, the whatever you want to call it, of the Snyderverse. It has the tone, it has the whole style. It's unique in its own way, but it still has that dark boot style. And when I say that it's dark, I'm not saying that it's like a horror movie or anything. I'm just saying in general, it's not colorful, it's not bright, it's not happy, it's not cheerful like that. It's dark in the tone, like it's more realistic. Not like Christopher Nolan with the Dark Knight trilogy, but realistic in the sense where it's like, okay, like these directors, David Ayer and Zack Snyder, are taking their work serious. They're not giving you what James Gunn is giving us right now. What is James Gunn giving us? Stupidity, immature jokes, a whole bunch of perverted jokes that nobody cares about. Who are you trying to target with that? Zack and David Ayer were both on the same page because when you look at it, again, you have David Ayer that used Ben Affleck to appear in Suicide Squad. I wasn't expecting that when I saw it, and I was like, oh, damn, like this is awesome. And at the end, it's setting up something because Bruce Wayne, Ben Affleck, is talking with Amanda Waller. So what happened? We're just going to leave it there? No. We as the fans are going to come together and we're going to once again rattle the cage of WB and say, hey, August 5th, release the Ayer cut. Like I said, I'm going to start that Friday, leading to that Monday. If you want to, go for it. I'm going to be doing that. That whole weekend, I'm going to be using those two hashtags more than ever and everywhere. Facebook, Instagram, everything that I have social media. So if you have any platform and every platform, use it. Do the same thing too. Because again, we will stop at nothing. And that's what these trolls and these salty ones want. They want us to give up. We're not going to give up because we believe in something that's good. And this is it. We want that version the same way that everybody wants to see what they're seeing now. Matt Reeves fans want the Batman 2. We want Zack Snyder's Justice League Part 2. You want Joker 3? I want Zack Snyder's Justice League 3 too. You see what I'm saying? So why are you not catering to us? Oh, but then you want to come and milk us and get money from us, the Snyder fans, with toys, merchandise, DVD re-releases. Because how many times have they re-released so many of the same thing? How many times have they released Batman vs. Superman? Too many times. That's how much it's been that I can't even keep count of it. Man of Steel, the same thing. That's why. Because they know that it's profit. Okay, so if you know that it's profit, how about you give us what we want? And what's that? Plain and simple. I'll give you money. You give me the Ayer cut. And you give me Zack Snyder's Snyderverse back. How about that? That's an even trade. You keep getting money because look at what Netflix is doing. That's what Netflix is doing. They're putting out Rebel Moon 2. Now next month we're getting the what is it? Another Snyder cut with Rebel Moon. So that tells you a lot. And the same thing is happening with this. When we do this, there's no stopping it. The studio knows that the fans are not giving up. Okay, so what? You're a fan that gave up? Hey, step to the side. This is not for you. But majority of us, we want that. And we're gonna get the haircut in due time. It's like that nice juicy steak. And that's what we already got with the Snyder cut. And next is going to be the haircut. August 5th. Again, August 5th. Use the hashtag. Release the haircut. Restore the Snyderverse. Start now if you want to. But the main big event is going to be August 5th. Don't be sidetracked. August 5th is when we go hard on the internet and we post everywhere. Release the haircut. Tag WB. Tag James Gunn. Tag David Zaslav if he even has an account. Tag everybody. Just tag them. We need to do this. Again, I'm going to send another message and I'm going to say it to everybody. If you're a YouTuber and you review or you talk or you want more of what Zack Snyder was giving us and what David Ayer was giving us with the Snyderverse, and you want it to be restored, or you just in favor that you want to see more of that type of quality, I encourage you, and I'm telling you right now, start talking about it. Continue to talk about it. Don't give up. You have the salty ones that they're scared in the sense that they know that if we again gain power, that there's no stopping us. And this is how we win, because us united, like Bruce Wayne said it, he's never faced us. WB has never faced us together. And that's exactly what they did with the Snyder Cut. Because while the whole world was saying, oh, give up, it's never going to happen, you guys are so delusional, blah, blah, blah. Who's the delusional one now? Who has the Snyder Cut on shelves where physical media is selling? That was us, the fans, the consumer. Who did that? You, the one that's watching. You, the fan, the customer, the consumer. You have every right to demand for what you want. You want more of the Snyder Cut? I mean, the Snyderverse? You want the Ayer cut? Then keep on defending it. Keep on talking about it. I'm encouraging everybody to keep on talking about it. Use those hashtags. They make a difference. If they didn't make a difference, then why we got the Snyder Cut? See what I'm saying? So they do work. Hashtags do work. And don't think that the studio's not watching. They're watching. WB is watching. They're aware. Because they see my videos. Like I told you guys, when I posted that one video and then they try to hit me with a copyright strike, what happens? That tells you that they're watching. And I'm not the only one. There's several people out there too. And what does that tell you? That they're aware. They know who we are. Our voice isn't going to be silenced. They won't silence us. They didn't do it back then. They're not doing it now, and they'll never do it. You know why? Because we, the fans, are the ones that in the end accept or deny the type of quality or quote unquote quality of product that you want to give us. If you're not catering to us and you're not giving us what we want, then sorry to say it, but 2023 was proof. And I'm proud of everybody that closed their wallets. Why? Because like Joker said, it's not about the money. It's about sending a message. And the message is you're seeing it at Wall Street. At what is it? Yeah, those people's stock exchange, whatever. What do you see? The stocks keep flopping. The movies keep flopping. Everything is going down. They are in critical condition financially. It sucks, but WB or anybody from WB, if you're listening to this now, later, in the future, and you still haven't listened to your fans, you can redeem yourself. All you have to do is give the fans what they want. All you have to do is just release the Ayer cut. That haircut's sitting right now in the vault, somewhere in the studio of WB. David Ayer's there, waiting. Zack Snyder's ready to come back. Not once has Zack said that he's done. Not once has Zack Snyder said, guys, give up. Not once has David Ayer said, hey, you know what? Stop fighting for it. Not once have either or said to give up. So if they haven't said to give up, why are we giving up? Now is not the time to drop the guard. We have to pick up the slack and we have to do our part. I want the Ayer cut. I want the Snyderverse. This is why I continue to talk about it, because I'm bringing that information to you, the viewer, the fan, the customer, the consumer. How I wish I worked at WB and I had power and authority, because like I said, I'll come in there kicking ass. I'll be like, yo, okay, this is first things first, what we're doing. First, we need to get David Ayer on the phone and we need to get Zack Snyder on the phone. So if anybody's listening out there that has that huge following, this is what I would do. Make those calls. Rebuild those relationships. Call everybody that was on board and apologize. It's not hard to say that you're sorry for a mistake. We all make mistakes. WB, all you have to do to redeem yourself is just say, hey, look, Ray Fisher, my bad, our bad. On behalf of WB, we want to apologize and say we're sorry. But we want you back. We need you back. This is what we have in plan. Boom, that's it. And I'm sure Ray Fisher would be like, let's go. Zach is involved, let's go. David Ayer is back, let's go. You're going to tell me all the cast isn't going to be back? Of course they will. You're going to tell me Henry Cavill's going to be like, no, I'm not going to come back? No, he is, because he's humble. The same with Ben Affleck. Ben Affleck, now let me clarify this. In 2023 at SnyderCon, Ben Affleck was with Zach, and they asked him, hey, if like, tell us about the Batman that you guys wanted to work on. Like, would you come back for it? Zach and Ben were both like, hell yeah, we're just waiting for that call. That's it. He's telling you they're waiting for the call. Now the salty ones are the ones that are in delusion because they can't accept the fact that Zach just said, yes, I'll come back. I'm down. All you got to do is just ask me. That's it. Ben Affleck came back for free to reshoot in the backyard of Zach's house on green screen that awesome epilogue scene with Joker and Deathstroke. What does that tell you? They're ready. They're ready. You're right, Strong Arm. The time is now. Now is the time for us to do this. Not later, now. Because the studio knows that we want this. And they know that we're, by the day, winning more and more. And eventually, it's going to make a comeback. Especially now that the Russo brothers are back in Marvel. What? You think James Gunn's going to run against Marvel? No, because now Marvel is going to go back to quality. You think WB's going to be like, oh, okay, the fans are going to eat this up? Nah, they're not even eating a piece of it. They don't even want the sampler. That tells you everything. So what's going on? I think the studio is working behind the scenes, negotiating and doing things with Zach. And I don't think that was a coincidence that they canceled that Arkham Asylum show from Robert Pattinson. Because remember, before Robert Pattinson came in, that was supposed to be for Zach. And it was supposed to be something that he was working on. And I think, I'm probably wrong, but I think David Ayer was also involved with that. Because let's not forget, it was all going to be connected. We were going to have the Rose Gallery from Batman, and we are going to have Gotham City Sirens. There was so much that all of a sudden just faded away. Why? Because of the studio. But the studio knows that that's what the fans want. They know that there's profit there. They know that there's money there. Again, August 5th, we will stop at nothing. We will go hard and harder for Release the Ayer cut. We have to. There's no stopping us. The studio knows it. The studio is like that meme that you see the guy sweating and he's about to press the button and he's like, which one of the two do I press? Do I release the Ayer cut and restore Snyderverse, or do we continue to give the fans what they don't want and nobody asked for. That's how WB is right now. They're nervous. They're sweating. They're like, which one of the two buttons do we do? We feel the pressure on both sides. Nah, you know what you need to do. And in due time, you're going to do it. Because if you don't want to sell your studio and you don't want to sell WB overall for another company to come in, and regardless if another company does buy them out, they're going to restore it regardless because there's money sitting there. You think they're not going to release the air cut once they acquire all these IPs? Of course they are. You think they're not going to call Zach, David Ayer, and say, let's move on with it? Let's do it? Of course they are. I'm sure, like I said, the top two that are up there, Netflix and Universal. And at the rate that WB is going right now, they're going to have to be sold forcefully because they're not making the money back. You have your bank, your investors already calling you out. They're telling you, you better start coming up with another backup plan because it's not working. It's not working. Bank of America, a big bank within the US, which I'm sure they're probably funding and giving the investors money. So they got the capital coming in. But how do you pay that loan off? You need quality. And it hasn't been working without Zach. And WB knows that. Because look at Netflix. Netflix is capitalizing and they're banking. They're in the green, high green. Their stocks are high. Meanwhile, WB every week continues to sink. I can't wait for tomorrow, Friday, 7th, 8, what is it, 7 July 19, to see at 5 o'clock when Wall Street closes and what and where the stock for WB is going to be. I'm sure it's going to be in the negative. I'm sure tonight, by the end of the day, it's in the negative still. That tells you everything. Wake up, WB. Redeem yourself. Give the fans what they want. As always, I want to thank everybody for watching. I wanted to talk about that. I know it's a short stream, but again, August 5th, we will stop at nothing. Big shout out to Strong Arm Flicks. Big shout out to Aaron Fisher, to Jamie, Snyder Queen, everybody that's out there. I'm sure there's more, but that's all I can remember from the top of my head. Just keep on doing this. You are the voice. We are the voice. We are the consumer. We are what makes the fans at WB/DC. And if they can't see that, the only options that are left for WB, sadly, one of them is they're going to be forced to sell. Now, if you don't want to sell your IPs, WB, the same way that Marvel sold back in the 90s when they were going through financial crisis, because you remember that, they sold X-Men, they sold Spider-Man, they sold the Hulk. That's why Universal owns the Hulk and they're not letting it go. That's why Sony owns Spider-Man and they're not letting it go. Whether they make a movie that wins or flops, they have those rights. They're fulfilling the contract. The same thing with Universal. Universal has the right at Universal Studios. You think they're going to let that bad boy go? No, because they know they're capitalizing. You see what I'm saying? WB, you don't want to end up in that situation. Unfortunately, keep it up. Keep it up. And you guys are going to be sold and you're going to have to sell. Now, if you don't want to sell, you already know that with James Gunn, it's not going to work. It's not working and it will never work. Bring Zach back. Release the air cut. Restore the Snyderverse. Y'all stay safe out there. Keep posted. I appreciate y'all. Share the videos. Show that love. Show your support. Let's keep growing and let's keep going. We will stop at nothing. All right, so we'll chat soon and we'll see you on the other side. Let me just take a quick time to look at some comments real quick. We live in a society where honor is a distant memory. Yep, that's true. No, James Gunn is the fire. Yep, fire that clown. Exactly. Yes, August 5th, Snyderverse. Hell yeah. When do you think the air cut will be released? There's no specific time, but it's up to us, the fans, to keep on fighting and defending for it. And WB knows that in due time it's going to happen. It took us 5 years to get the Snyder cut. And who knows? Probably it's going to take us a little bit. Who knows? It's probably going to be quick. We don't know. But I think things are happening behind the scenes for sure. For sure, Daniel, appreciate you for watching. Everybody for watching and all that stuff. So we'll keep posted. I'll come back if anything, probably over the weekend or something, so we could chat some more. I'll probably reach out to some so we could do some some, what do you call it? I can have some people on streaming and do the special guests and stuff like that. So as we continue to move forward, we're like the Spartans. We do not give up. Remember, those Spartans were 300 against all that army. And who won? They won. That's the same way that we won with the Snyder Cut. And the same way that we are going to get the Ayer Cut. Don't give up. Y'all stay strong and let's keep moving forward. So we'll catch you on the next one. Y'all stay safe and peace.